It is Brown Pride time, which is a phrase that is allowed.
Is it?
For reasons.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, bro.
Well, we certainly endorse brown pride.
Yeah, all the other kinds of pride in the world that are allowed. Of course, you've got LGBT pride. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if Black Pride is a thing. Black
Of course
Power
it
is a
is.
thing.
It must be.
Yeah, of course, the other one, the one that shall not be named, is not allowed. And the reason I'm bringing this all up is because of a story that blew up recently in a local American school, in which they are having a deep discussion about whether or not brown pride was the same as white pride.
Right. Okay.
Local students very offended. We'll start off, just for people who want to go and find something, we'll go and find it on lotuses.com, this being the Are They Big Cats in the UK book club. Sorry, not book club, hangout we did.
Yep.
Which Carl insists he can still beat up a mountain lion, which I do not believe. But
All
anyway.
I'm saying is I'm more in touch with reality than like 8% of Americans.
Well, yeah, that's not hard.
I know.
For the context, apparently 8% of Americans think they can punch an elephant to death.
It didn't specify death. It just had to be to win the fight. So you punch an elephant enough to make it decide, you know what, this American's too man for me, and I'm going to back off. But they also thought they could defeat a lion and a chimpanzee. In fact, 17% of Americans think they could defeat a chimpanzee in a fist fight.
These big American men punching up.
There's just no way.
Elephant babies.
Yeah.
And being like, look, I won.
but the Americans have no idea how strong chimps are. But the thing is, it was only 6% that thought they could take a grizzly. And so what I'm thinking is this is a problem of proximity, right? Americans have no idea what lions, elephants, and chimpanzees are, but they know what grizzlies are, and they're like, oh no, I couldn't take that. You know, I could take a chimpanzee, but I couldn't take this grizzly.
Anyway, you're going to want to know what you could take out. Go over to that podcast.
What I'm saying is that mountain lions are only about 70 kilos.
We'll start off just with the start of this, before we have to
I'm
debate
heavier
more
than
about fighting lions. I say, actually,
Well, no,
speaking of
mountain lions aren't African lions.
All right, screw the segment. All right, so recently,
Go on.
I was watching a video actually in Russia of these. There was a circus. They had like 3 lions
Yeah.
on display, and they're doing the tame and stuff. And then one of them just gets pissed off and just decides to like eat one of the actors.
Yeah.
And they come up with like hoses to hose the lion to get him away, and there were like these sticks that with electricity to tase him back. And they're fighting with these lions. Like the guy who gets mauled gets pulled out. Second guy comes in with a taser. He gets mauled, and they have to pull him out. It's no joke. Like
Yeah, but a lion is like 400 pounds. A mountain lion is like 150 pounds.
Still
Like
hell.
I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a mountain lion is going to be easy. I mean, like apparently 35 or 37% of British people didn't think they could beat up a rat, which strikes me as a bit embarrassing. Rat that big?
Bro, I've seen Ratatouille. It's too hard.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to have to beat up a rat.
Yeah.
But anyway, if it came to
Anyway, yeah, we had a segment to do, so let's do that instead.
I don't know. I'm more interested in the animal fights.
Well, this is Brown Pride in
Okay.
Ohio, which I have to tell someone about because I just found it really funny. And
Going in for them. Excuse me. Do you think you could take on a goose?
people see, I take people to feed geese, and they all get scared of the geese.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't I just kick them?
Yeah, they're not that scary.
What are they going to do? It's a goose.
Yeah, I don't know what the irrational fear of geese is.
I mean, a swan. I kind of get it, but
Yeah, but the swans aren't even that big, and they're not very heavy.
they're like silent. They give you the stare.
Yeah, they do. But you're like a 200-pound human. Do something about it.
Yeah, I know, but it's more the fear factor. Like a goose, it's cracking away.
They
It
can't
it
break
looks silly.
your
Like, I
arm.
can kick it and just be like, idiot.
Like, there's this weird myth that, a swan could break your arm. No, it couldn't break your bloody arm.
No, probably not. But it's more about the fact that it's silent and it hisses, and I'm like,
It's more the fact there's probably some sort of hate crime to that one.
it's the king.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
allowed
no.
to eat swans, apparently.
So we disavow harming swans. Goose,
Well,
however,
obviously.
give it a kick. That's a joke.
Anyway,
Yeah, Brown Pride. Do we? Yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
yeah.
So this is an American school. There's some kids decide to turn up, and you can see them here protesting about their culture of being brown.
But we refuse to let our culture die. Okay.
The brown culture,
But,
whatever that is.
well, they're waving Mexican flags, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, is the culture in Mexico in danger of dying? No.
I mean, by chainsaw maybe, but
Okay, yeah, sure. But, like, what are you doing? I mean, literally, it's a sign called Brown Pride.
yeah, it's all kinds of weird. I mean, the brown pride aspect, obviously being Mexican culture.
But go to Mexico and you'll find yourself immersed constantly in Mexican pride.
No, but brown's just not Mexican. It's everything
Well, I
that could
guess.
be brown, whatever that is. So
It's just...
whatever. We'll play the clip just to have a look at these very serious students who I'm sure have got very detailed grievances. Let's enjoy.
Wait, because this is for the raza.
Local American school.
This is for the raza.
obvious average Americans.
Rasta,
I
Rasta.
was told to take off my brown pride hoodie because it could be racist.
This is for the Rasta.
I mean, how is it not?
Teacher didn't let a student go into class and suspended her.
Okay.
You sound scared, loco. You so
Kick her.
Through no silence, now that your brain is hollow, been hit in the head too many times.
The teachers lied to me and said that I could walk in the building before class and told me I the last second I couldn't.
You just a baby, you can't get none ever.
Take the shirt then.
You're a lever.
You'll take our lives, but you'll never take our Mexican culture.
I'll call you a poo boy. So I look and I laugh and say, pasa.
So this is from her TikTok.
This is for
You
the
might have
Rasta.
noticed.
Rasta, Rasta.
This has like several million views on TikTok. It really blew up. It's just some school in the middle of Idaho who are just upset about brown pride.
A bunch of Mexican colonists in America.
Yeah. Teachers wouldn't let us in because we
Why are
until
you
we took it off.
why are you flying a foreign flag? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
I mean, this is a very good point. I didn't even pick up on it first time I looked at it. But just what are you like? Either you're American or you're not. And if
Yeah.
you are American,
Brown pride is flying the Mexican flag in America. Okay, then piss off.
like if you are obsessed with being a Mexican that much, then like there's a whole place that has the same name. Anyway,
Yeah, like you've got an entire
It's a
country
fair
of
point.
200 million people.
I'm sure it's wonderful. But so if you go to the next link here, we can see students and community members showed up to support peaceful protests. I love how every time now they have to write this one was a peaceful one. Unlike normal.
They write that there's a peaceful one every single time.
Yeah, this
Peaceful
was
or not. No matter how many burning police cars there are.
well. No, there were no burning police cars here. It's all just
Right,
kids.
okay, good.
They're right to wear the brown plaid clothing items. Students calling for the symbol as a symbol of culture, despite the school officials saying it's affiliated with gangs. Which is a whole other conversation to be had.
Is anyone else okay? Why are you proud of being brown?
Yeah.
Don't know.
What do you mean brown?
Yeah.
Define that.
You see, all brown people around the world are basically the same.
Yeah, because the origin of this is that you've got white pride and black pride from like 60s era, Black Panthers, all that, whatever.
Yeah.
And then apparently, like in the Mexican communities, they were just like, yeah, we've got something else, and then they started using the term brown pride, but it never made any sense.
Do the Orientals get to join in brown pride?
I think they have another color.
Right. but that's a racist colour.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
Right.
Sorry,
Sorry, John.
Anyway,
Like,
so
okay, now I'm just trying to work out what this represents. So we're not talking about Europeans. We're
Right.
talking about
are we talking about the Spanish?
yes, we're talking about most of the global south. Look, I've been planning on doing a big "Why Italians Aren't White" manifesto at some point, like point by point as to what the left defines whiteness to be, and showing how the Italians do not uphold it.
I don't think the French are either.
King's English, I don't think so, but work ethic.
Catholic.
Anyway, yeah, exactly, right. But so let's just most of the global south is brown, right, but not the Orientals. So are we talking about a third of, roughly half of humanity? She's talking about,
No, we're talking about Mexico.
right?
Just Mexico.
Okay.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, if we go to the girl in question, if we go to the
Mexicans
timestamp.
of color.
Local brown woman from Mexico. This is the one who was in trouble for it all.
This is the word mestizo incarnated, right?
What does that word mean? I
It means mixed between the natives and the Spanish.
Probably. I don't know. Whiter than me. In that camera angle, at
Possibly
least.
just due to the flash there.
No, but in every other shot I saw, basically white girl, but Mexican. But in which case, like
Latina, right?
Yeah, but like do Mexican pride. Like, what's the brown pride aspect? But the other protesters were asked about their opinions, and their opinions were far more funny. Such as one local man who decided that, well, no one takes us seriously because they don't look like us.
What?
Let's enjoy that.
So being able to say you're brown and proud without realizing that you might have social barriers in the future it's a win, because we're trying to change that mentality.
At the rally, Principal Wilson encouraged Hernandez to attend the next school board meeting to talk about the topic.
Yeah, we can bring it to the district, but is the district going to understand? And who's the district? Do they even look like us? We understand that the population of Latinos in schools is growing, but the people in administration or districts don't look like us.
It's that simple. You don't have the same skin tone, so you can't possibly understand our opinions.
Maybe you should go colonize your home country instead then.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
They'll look just like you.
The argument made is it's from the school. It's associated with gangs, and the reason for that is why it's not allowed.
Imagine.
But the thing is, that's not the only reason. There's actually a lie, because one of the teachers came out and said, no, the reason I kicked her out is because it says brown pride, which is the equivalent of white pride.
Which is a fair statement. I
Fine,
don't
okay.
disagree with that at all.
I don't know why you couldn't. And the comments in that YouTube video are all just people saying, what about white pride? is that allowed, lady? And local man thought the same thing.
Local Mexican man, I'm guessing.
I presume so.
Yeah.
We learn of this article here. After Brown Pride protest at high school, white power is painted on the school building.
100% chance this was done by a Mexican.
I don't know. You don't know. I think it was the teacher
No.
making a point.
No, I think it was one of the Mexican students who uses 4chan.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably the case. If you go to the next link here, we can see the graffiti in question. There you are, white power. So the dichotomy.
I can
here,
tell that wasn't done by a white person because of the grammar and spelling. Capital W, small h, capital I, capital T,
capital E.
capital E. Sorry, what?
I don't know. So,
Did you forget what a capital H looked like? Like, why? What is this stupidity?
that's a great point, actually.
Okay.
The rest of it's all capitalized for some
Yeah.
reason. So, that's why it's funny to me, because now what? Like, the local media and the local school are like, crap. What do we do? Because you've got to disavow this.
Of course.
But at the same time, a bunch of them are trying to simp for brown pride, which, regardless of the context, I mean, it is the same goddamn phrase. So, if we go to the local news reporting on this, I thought we'd enjoy. 2 days later, Twitter users shared photos of the high school campus where someone had spray painted white power on the side of the building. No note to the grammar.
Yeah.
The incidents have caused an uproar in the district. It's already in the news because of a policy proposal on gender identity and sexual orientation, which has resulted in unruly school board meetings and the postponement of upcoming public hearings. Local American school, of course,
Yeah,
they're
but
having
over what? Like, what is happening here?
gender recognition and sexual orientation. They're debating how many genders exist. Local American school. What else is going on?
It's like this, and again, this isn't a racial thing in any way, shape, or form. I don't think any of them can read or write. Like, what the hell is wrong with any of these people? Like, the absolute collapse of educational standards.
I mean, American
It's
school, there
embarrassing.
is no education.
Yeah.
There's debates about gender ideology, apparently, and white and brown pride. Glad you're paying for it, I
Yeah,
suppose.
good luck for your career.
That incident is being investigated as a hate crime, according to officials.
Oh, of course it is.
Which one? We will not tolerate hate in our city, and we will ensure that whoever is responsible for this will be held accountable for their action, said the police chief. The fucking police chief turns up. This isn't even the school saying that. Make no mistake, this radicalized attack is a direct result of the administration's and staff's escalating of the situation, said the leader of an immigrant rights group.
Even though, what's interesting about it is it's a direct response to the brown pride shirt.
Yeah. So
That's the conversation that's being had. We're proud of being brown. Great. White power. So, okay, listen, Mexicans, all right? Shut up.
But the local minority organizing group there is like, we should be allowed to have brown pride and brown power or black power.
Did you look up what the demographics of this town are?
I didn't, actually.
Because if it's like 90% Mexican,
I mean, it's probably not.
well, it might be. Whereabouts is it?
I can't remember the exact place.
There are a bunch of border towns in America that are literally 90% of Mexican.
This is in Idaho.
That was it? Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Well, I didn't know.
Shouldn't be. So Mrs. Mexican name, the executive director of the groups for minorities, told the statesman that comparing the two is patronizing and ignores historical racism.
I'm sorry, I don't consider Mexicans an oppressed class.
No, nor do the Aztecs or anyone else around
Yeah.
there. For probably the right reasons.
Why would I?
I love the idea that the Mexicans are trying to portray themselves as the historic victims of the world now. It's like,
We're basically like the African Americans, you know.
poor, innocent, lost tribe of Israel.
The Spanish came over and stopped us sacrificing people that we'd conquered. It was awful.
No, but because the Mexicans are the Spanish, right, turned up, but then they're just like butchering the locals en masse. I mean, probably for the group of people who colonized the New World, you've got the Anglo-Saxons, the Dutch, and the Mexicans, sorry, the Spanish. And the Portuguese. I mean, the Portuguese were pretty bad with the slaves. That's true. Anglo-Saxons, I mean, we weren't great, the natives, but, get owned.
Yeah.
French didn't really do much.
The
Dutch,
Spanish
buggered
were
off.
like, we're just going to breed with them.
Yeah, but also in Mexico, were like, what if we just kill them all?
Yeah.
Which, yeah, not as nice as the Anglo-Saxons, but that's my point.
A bunch of people with Spanish surnames saying, "Hey, we're the oppressed minority." I'm just like, no, you're not.
Yeah, Miss Cortez. From
Yeah. Sorry, it's just not what happened in the Spanish Americas. I don't know.
Yeah, AOC is like, imperialism's bad, and it's like, okay, Mrs. Cortez.
Yeah, just all right, whatever.
Quote, we know white power is not a friendly thing to say.
I love the descendants of the Spanish are like, white power, that doesn't apply to me.
Yeah, it's the weird dichotomy of endlessly, I'm basically white. I know I'm not white. It was, make up your mind. It's not about cultural pride. It's about dominance over people of color as oppressed or brown pride, which is something that's about Mexican communities.
But what's this got to do with, like, America? Or Americans? Just
Yeah.
bunch of Mexicans.
This is about Mexican culture. And it's like, well, why do you use the word brown then? Just don't. She's Mexican. But then why are you being Mexican in America? I know America's a weird place where everyone talks about how they've got English or German ancestry every 24 minutes. Yeah. But still. So, Dragoon said staff of the school district need to have diversity, equality, and inclusivity training in response to some rando putting up the graffiti.
As if the principal went out there. It was just like, you know what?
White power.
Small H.
Hernandez told the Statesman that the week before the winter break, her principal and several teachers asked her to remove the brown pride hoodie or turn it inside out because others could find it racist.
Listen, could you please not start a race war? And they're like, no, we're going to start a race war. And then suddenly someone else is on the other side of the race war. It's Jesus Christ. And then the district governor comes in, you need diversity training.
Cartman's running down the halls going, race war!
I'm just trying to teach maths, you know.
Hernandez, who has now started a petition to address the dress code policy, has now got 400 signatures saying that white pride should be allowed.
Why aren't they in school uniforms?
America, isn't it?
Uniforms. None of this happens. There are no race wars when everyone has to wear the same bloody uniform.
What's going to be on the uniform? White power on one side, brown pride on the other side.
Handshake.
No more brother wars. We're all American now, boys.
But seriously,
that would work.
If they just had to wear a bloody school uniform like they do in Britain, none of this would happen.
Yeah. She said she's not part of a gang, even though she wears brown pride, which... Oh, God. That sentence. It's just celebrating her Mexican-American heritage. She said that the reaction from the teachers and the principal felt like a violation of her rights.
Feels like the southern states all over again. It's just about heritage, bro.
At the bottom there, she's like, what about my rights?
Yeah. It's just, look, I'm wearing the paraphernalia of a race war. It's just my heritage, bro. It's like, okay, get your bloody...
Well, that's true. You know, I'm happy to have a tolerant and diverse world where the other kids...
How far south does the South go? You know,
coming in their Confederate uniforms.
But... Yeah, exactly. Just get... Like Mexicans waving Confederate flags.
Way down south in the land of cotton, long forgotten stuff away. Just all the kids coming with marching in grey uniforms with Confederate flags, and then you get the Mexicans on one. That is a South Park parody. That's got to happen.
Just what is happening in America, honestly?
Yeah, it's a beautiful country. Anyway,
I bet they all feel really serious when they're doing these things. Well, they're all like, "No, this is solemn. I'm a very serious person. Why can't I wear my brown pride shirt?"
I need to buy that clown uniform and go to more protests. You know, we had this idea.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, like I was going to dress up as a full-on clown, get a bunch of other people dressed up as clowns, and then get a little horn that goes, bah, 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 and just go down to any protest like this, and just like whenever they're making their speech, at the end of it, and in the little silence before people start clapping. Bah, 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 bah. Just, the whole thing's a joke.
Interviewing people and just like, honk honk.
Jeremy Woodson, spokesman for the ACLU of Ohio, told the Statesman that the schools have a constitutional right to maintain an environment that's conducive to learning for all students, but when it comes to clothing rules and requirements, Woodson also said that students don't shed their First Amendment rights when they arrive at the school.
Oh my God. It's not a free speech issue to wear race war propaganda on your chest at school.
I take the opposite opinion. I am fully endorsing the idea that the local student should turn up.
In which case, how are you going to critique the white power symbol?
You know, a local kid believes in the Klan, that's his rights.
I suppose it is.
Oh, sorry, I thought this was America. It's just in a Klan uniform. The whole thing. Another kid next to him's dressed up as Hitler. It's not fancy dress, it's just what he believes. And I'll stand up for his beliefs.
America's so demented, I swear.
It's a funny place. I like it. Anyway, I thought I'd end this off because, of course, they're talking about brown pride worldwide, and I just wanted to mention that some people have noticed the Indians joined the chat right at the end.
Oh, right, okay.
Now we're going to leave the chat because the chat's been polluted with Indian fetishes. I don't know if you know.
I'm aware, actually, that the Indians. I thought when you said Indians, I thought you meant Native Americans.
No, not
right?
Indians.
Yeah,
Indians.
so I was thinking, okay, great. What are the Aztecs going to say about this?
No.
You know, we're the real oppressed people because we don't get to genocide people anymore. And it's like, no, there are other brown people who have thoughts.
There are Indians who
Or white power.
Yeah. Don't know much about European history, but like there was this one guy who conquered a lot of it, and we've made a Kentucky Fried Chicken in his honor, which whole other thing. Anyway, we're gonna leave the chat there, and
Hitler fried chicken.
I don't know if it's good.
Obviously not. But just.
Is it deep fried, or do they use?
I have no idea. We're not making any further jokes about Hitler fried chicken.
Anyway, yeah. I don't end that there. And if you want to talk about brown pride, I don't.
I tell you, it was
this
great,
is where it ends.
Great marketing on Hitler's part, though. He's like, look, right, my name might be blackened in Europe somewhat if we lose, right? But I'm going to adopt Indian aesthetics with the swastika. So, and
even if I lose,
even if I lose, they're going to be like, yeah, but I like the look of the thing.
He's not in Argentina, boys. He's been hiding in Goa the whole time. If you appreciated that segment from the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content we have on the site, such as the premium hangouts we do, this most recent one on I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. If you'd like to find out what else we're putting out, you can follow us on Getter at lotuseaters_com on Getter. Thank you and goodbye.